This is Right to Life of Central California with another video in our 40 videos for 40 Days for Life series. 40 Days for Life is the international campaign of prayer and presence outside abortion clinics throughout the country and throughout the world. If you want to learn more about our 40 Days for Life campaign here in Fresno, please do get in touch with us. Visit www.rtlcc.org, or you can give us a call at 559-229-2229. And this is John Girardi, Executive Director of Right to Life. When does human life begin? Pretty easy question of me to ask to a entirely pro-life audience, as this is, you would all say, conception. Well, we have the benefit of thousands and thousands of years of hindsight on this one, and especially we have the benefit of the last 200 plus years of scientific advancement in the field of embryology. For most of human history, the question of when life begins in the womb has actually been a really difficult one to sort out. People were really unsure about it until about the 19th century. It was really in the 19th century that we actually discovered the zygote, that in mammals, when you have an egg cell from mom and a sperm cell from dad, boop, they get together and they form the first cell of a new organism, a new mammal organism. From that initial one cell would come the entire full-grown guinea pig or rabbit or bear or human being. And it wasn't, again, it was not until around the 1820s that this was conclusively demonstrated. Up until that point, people were going off of really best guesses. And the best guess for most of ancient history and well through the medieval period was Aristotle. Aristotle was the 4th century BC Greek philosopher, student of Plato, who was also a bit of a biologist. He loved sort of observing stuff in nature and kind of writing about it and drawing about it, and did about as well as you could for someone who, didn't have the benefit of the scientific method. And he wrote about all kinds of things. And one of the things he wrote about was, well, when does human life in the womb begin? For him, he thought that human life began when the soul, the animating, cohesive principle of unity of the body, that the soul would only be there when the body was ready to receive it. And as a result, he thought that male bodies for whom the genitalia were visible earlier, he thought that boys began their lives 40 days after conception, whereas girls began their lives 80 days after conception. So he was looking at the remains of miscarried babies and trying to make that conclusion based on that. And that was the best science of basically from the 4th century, from the 300s BC, well into the medieval period AD and beyond. That was the best science we had. And this influenced all kinds of thinkers, even to St. Thomas Aquinas and St. Augustine, who did not think of early abortion, some of whom, in some of their writings, can be read as thinking that early abortion was a form of contraception, not a form of killing a living human being. Now, they were mistaken. They also were not in favor of abortion. They thought abortion was wrong, even if they did not think it was homicide. But this has led to a number of modern-day left-leaning American political figures, such as Nancy Pelosi, trying to recruit St. Augustine to her cause by saying, well, St. Augustine didn't think abortion was murder, so neither do I. Now, this is incredibly silly. St. Augustine didn't think, based on the best science that the 4th century BC had to offer, that really early abortions were murder. He still thought it was really, really wrong. So for a modern-day American politician to try to make that claim, to try to recruit Thomas Aquinas or St. Augustine or someone like that to their side is incredibly disingenuous or horribly ill-informed. There's really no good interpretation of that reading. Some early Christian authors, some pagan authors didn't think that abortion in the first X number of days of pregnancy was murder, but they still didn't think it was right, and they're, again, working off of the best science, again, the 4th century BC had to offer. For Right to Life of Central California, I'm John Girardi.